Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lily Ogini and I'm a Nigerian living in Delta State of Nigeria. If you're new here, please join the family by subscribing and turning on the bell notification so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified. I post videos twice a week and I also do live streams in between. So I want to say a very big thank you for stopping by, and to my returning subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you. Okay, you are the reason I'm still making videos. Today's video is all about my experience and how I have been surviving as a mom to a physically challenged child in Nigeria. You guys, if you watched a video where I talked about my journey into single parenting, you understand what leads to my baby's disabilities. Today's video is in honor of my daughter's 8th birthday. My daughter is turning 8 on Sunday, exactly 1 week from now. So, and guys, I have to make this video as a birthday gift to someone out there. I don't know who it is. It might be you, a friend, or someone, a friend of a friend, or someone. So I would advise that you share this video because somebody needs it. Somebody needs it. It might look like nobody needs it. A lot of people needs it, because I was in need of, videos or write-ups like this back then when I was, searching for stories to console myself. But I never found any. So I believe there's someone out there in search of topics concerning disabilities in kids, just to console them. But before I go into the video, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you that have sent birthday cake to my daughter. A lot of you, because I talked in one of my videos that my daughter has never ever tasted a cake or cut a cake on her birthday before. She has never celebrated her birthday before. She has never cut a cake. She has never tasted a cake before. Some people actually did send her cake, and I want to say a very big thank you. I don't take it for granted. I didn't know that video was going to end up that way. Thank you so much to all of you that have sent money for me to buy cake for my daughter's birthday. I do not take it for granted at all. I'm going straight into it. I gave birth to my baby on the 28th of June 2012. Yeah, and that happened in Port Harcourt. And like I said in the other video, that I had her prematured. I was 28 weeks pregnant when my water burst, and then we couldn't go to the hospital on time. And when we got to the hospital, at the hospital where I registered, the doctor was not on seat for like a whole day plus. So by the time he came, there was nothing he could do to stop the water. So I was referred to another hospital where I was operated upon and then brought her out. She's a twin, and we lost the twin sister 3 days later. So that became the beginning of my struggle as a mom, my first time into motherhood, and it has been full of struggle because I never really have a normal experience as a mom. Like, my baby wasn't growing up like her peers. There were questions I had to answer. Everywhere I go, people want to know why. And then when the ultimate came, like her walking, taking her first steps, it didn't happen for years. It did not happen for years. So that became like the beginning of another phase of my life that I never knew existed. So it's been a very big struggle for me. And then before I knew it, I was still dealing with that reality of, my child not doing well. And then I found myself standing alone. And that delayed me going for a test to know what really is wrong with my baby. So when I finally had the opportunity to do so, when I took her to the hospital, and this is what a doctor told me, he told me to my face that, "Madam, I am sorry. But I don't want to lie to you. I am sorry, I don't want to lie to you, but the truth is your daughter would never walk. That word like shattered my life over like 10 times. I was like, I keep hearing that word, your daughter will never walk. Not may never walk, never. That was hard for me to, take. I cried. I remember breaking down right there in the hospital, breaking down and crying, for my soul. And excuse me. And then the next thing, my baby was like, Mommy, don't cry. Because Praise started talking quite early. Quite early, she started talking. And she was like, Mommy, cry, Mommy, shame. Why are you crying? And then she tells me, Mommy, leave me. I want to go and play. And then I struggled with her. She said, no, leave me. And the doctor said, leave her, she wants to go down. And I allowed her in there in the doctor office, in the consultant room. I allowed her. She got down and then started crawling around the room. And the doctor was surprised. Oh, hold on. You mean your baby can crawl? I said, yes, doctor, she can crawl. He said, then she will walk. But guys, it was too late for me because I felt like he was just trying to console me because I was already sad, like really saddened. I was broken. I thought maybe he was just trying to like console me so that I would not, keep crying in his office. On getting home that night, we did not sleep. I cried. I was no one to talk to because I couldn't bring myself to tell my mother what the doctor said. I trust my mom a lot. She's a nice person and she loves Praise a lot. But I didn't want her to start looking at Praise in that, with that eyes of, she will never walk. And I said, okay, I need to go back to another hospital, a bigger one, orthopedic, a specialist hospital. And then I went again. They asked me to come. That it's going to take us years. It's not something they can guarantee me that if I, it's not like if I, it's not going to be magical. It's not going to be magical. So I have to know that when we come for therapy, I will be there for as many years as it may take for her to walk, but definitely she was going to walk. So guys, I could afford the money to pay for the hospital bills, like the therapy fees, because then it wasn't really high. Not afford is time. That time I have already applied. So that time I've already applied to study a course in school, so I couldn't leave it. I have already paid my school fees and I just couldn't leave it. So I now said, okay, I took her back home and left her with my mom. And I said, God, I leave her to you. And I left. I went back to the city. One day, I went home because I usually go home like every 2 months. I didn't want my baby to grow up forgetting me or feeling like I abandoned her. I was home that time and I saw that my baby has taken her first step. It was really a shock to me. She took her first step, even though it wasn't really strong, but I see that she knew how to raise her leg and move it forward, and she was laughing. Like, God, I was really excited. So guys, you see, there's nothing God and time cannot do. But another thing is it doesn't end there, you get, because people want perfection. But it's here in Nigeria, you see someone telling you no one is perfect. That's when they offend you, or when they really misbehave, do something silly, and then when you complain, they will tell you no one is perfect. But when the reality of that word is face to face with them, they don't understand it. So anytime back then when they see my baby, all that comes to their mind is witchcraft. My mother-in-law, they want to accuse me. They want me to believe that something spiritual is wrong with my baby. I'm just not the type that goes from church to church. I would have been out there roaming the streets looking for a miracle walking church to attend, just so I can get healings for my baby, to make her walk by force, by fire. Guys, I had to like develop a thick skin So here are my tips and tricks on how to survive in Nigeria as a mom with a special need kids, okay? Especially if you are a single mom, you get? Because most of the time, when I see that most of the time when this thing happens to you as a lady, you'll be standing alone. It takes the grace of God for your man, your husband, the baby father, your husband, your whatever, to stand by you during this period, especially when the child affected is the first child. Hey, if you are not lucky, he's gonna leave you. If he's not, it takes a very good man to stay with you when you are going through this situation. So for some of us that are not very lucky, it was like a double emotion for me, battle. Like, I faced the society in two ways. I'm facing them as a mom with a child with disabilities, and at the same time I'm divorced. I'm a divorcee. My God, that is too much. You must be a witch to go through all of that. You must have been cursed, you must have been this, you must have been that, for you to go through all of that. So what I always, and then get my sanity back and still be alive to take care of my little girl with special needs in Nigeria. The first thing I did is this. After crying, after feeling bad, after asking myself and my God why, after blaming myself and trying to figure out what I did and didn't do right, and wishing I could turn back the hand of time. Maybe I should have disobeyed this man when he said I shouldn't register at the other hospital. Maybe I should have, had the courage to beg someone for money to go and register in a good hospital. A lot of things came to my mind. After some time, I had to put all of that behind me. Thick skin. I had to develop a thick skin. And this is how I started. The first thing I did was this. Accept that this is happening to me. And yes, this is happening to me. Yes, my baby is not walking like other kids, and that is it. You get? That is the first step I took. Immediately I did that. My kid is different from other kids, and there is no point of me wishing that she's like them. The moment I did that, I got myself back. I got my life back. I got my sanity back. I got my confidence back. The moment I took that step of faith, in the eyes of holier than thou people, that was the wrong one for me, because I should have denied it. All my Christian friends and family, they are not okay with the idea of me accepting that my baby has disabilities. No, don't accept it. Reject it in the name of Jesus, Lillian. Reject it and stand this child and believe in the word of God and sow seed. Let's see this girl walk. The reason she's not walking is because, how can you accept it? But guys, if I had done that, because I don't think I would have been here today. I would have been dead and gone, or be depressed and dejected, and I would have been, maybe I won't even be able to think for myself, and I would just give up in life. Giving up doesn't really mean to die. I could be alive and be out there in the streets, not knowing what I'm doing in my life, just be moving around and not being able to think, you get? But I abandoned all of that. Another step is this: don't make too many friends when you are like me. Do not make too many friends, because this is going to help to fasten your debt. And your sister or friend and neighbors with kids, you see, women with kids, especially the one that just put to bed, they have their kids healthy, especially even if it's one baby, they have it, and they have it, no issues, no complications. They don't understand what you are talking about. This set of people are going to make you die faster. The third thing you should do is this: don't explain yourself to anybody. I do not explain myself. You see me, I don't go to church, not because I hate God or I hate church. I see that when I was going to church with Baby Praise here in Asaba, I almost run mad. Any day I go to church with my baby and come back, I always go into depression because it is not, yeah, a lot of you are going to like argue within yourselves, and of course, uh, that what kind of church is that? But you do that too in your church. Yeah, it's just a few people that don't. A lot of people do that, especially here in Nigeria. You see that a woman holding her own kids, her baby is running around, she's looking at me, with sorrowful eye. Some of them, they just be looking at you and be telling you sorry, and they don't allow their kids to play with your baby. All of these things put together cause me depression. Anytime I go to church and come back, I always want to die. The only person that was consoling me in that church was the pastor. Stop explaining yourself, okay? That's another step to take. Don't explain what happened to your baby. Nothing. The only thing they are going to have to say about you is that your attitude is so rude. You are such a rude person. No wonder this happened to you. Hallelujah. I've heard that all the time, and people telling me I have been cursed. You get? I have been cursed. That is why I went through all of that. They don't want to hear me when I said I had my kids 6 months plus. 28 weeks, count it. That is your just first week of third trimester. That is 28 weeks. And then you have a child that is not just one, but twin. And then the child made it, and then there are issues along the way. People don't want to hear that. They don't care. That is not, they have not heard of that before. And then they just judge you. You have been cursed. My dear, if you're watching this today and you have a friend who has a special need kids, show them this video. If you don't want to share to them, show it to them, or watch it. Go tell them that there's another person who is dealing with this, and that she has, she's dealing with it and she's doing fine. Do you understand? So I see that there are a lot of people hiding their kids in a. I've listened to a story where a friend of mine was telling me about his landlord in Ebonyi State who allowed the child, the physically challenged kids, up in the balcony, and the baby, no one at home. The child was blind, and the child is mentally challenged and blind at the same time. So they usually leave him at home because he is embarrassment out there. Yeah, so because they usually lock the boy in the house and took the healthy ones out because they don't want to be embarrassed, because it's embarrassment to them. So they took the other kids, drove out and leave him there, and he went through the balcony because he was looking for them. This is a child that is blind. He was looking for the family where Adebe, I think he probably was sleeping when they left or something. And then from the window, from the balcony, he didn't know when he slipped out his hand, missed it, and then he fell down and smashed. Do you understand? The child passed away, and they came back and saw it like that. That is a family that goes to church. That is a family that are loving their other kids more than this one. Or maybe I wouldn't blame them. It's not like I'm judging them, because I know the challenges. It's not easy. But then what if they've taken this child into the car and not bring him down when they get to where they are going? Just asking. They didn't do that. He's dead and gone. I don't know how they're going to feel. I don't know if that is right, or because you're trying to like have a perfect life, a judgment-free life in the eyes of other people. In honor of my daughter's birthday, I'm calling on all the parents with special need kids. Stand up and protect your kids. Stand up and be there for them. Stand up and love them like you're loving that one that is running around perfectly, the one that can read perfectly, the one that is growing and doing excellence in school. Love that one like that. It's not a mistake that God put you through there through it. You know, it's not a mistake that God gave you the child. It took me time to realize that it's not a mistake, but I have never any day wished that I replaced my praise with another. I have wished that she gets better and become perfect like others, but I've never wished to replace her with a perfect kid. Do you understand the difference? Stand up for your kids. Stand up for your kids. This video is long already. Like in 2019, after saving up some money, I took her to the hospital, and we spent like 3 months in the hospital in Benue State, a specialist hospital. At the hospital, we became the hero, Praise and I, because she's everywhere taking care of those kids, and I am everywhere taking care of their mothers emotionally. And we made an impact. We made an impact at the hospital, and then things were lots better, were financially okay. So it gave us the opportunity to, you know, put a smile on some faces, some mothers' faces, and just, you know, make them feel good. It gives me hope when I go to that hospital and see that there are other parents out there, there are mothers, parents who are ready to go to any extent to give their child at least 90% chances of being, you know, all right, or, you know, anything that are ready to risk it all to make sure that their kids are okay and all of that. So guys,